Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will take a look at short-term chart analysis as well as a projection for Tesla earnings in light of the fact that Tesla will be reporting financial earnings for Q1 of 2022 tomorrow, April 20th, after the market closes. With that, we will project out the short-term price target for Tesla over the next few days as well as the next few weeks. And if there is any trading strategy after earnings, I will be sharing with you guys as well. So stay until the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's take a look at my projection for Tesla. For 2022, I project that Tesla would deliver roughly 1.6 million vehicles, which represents roughly 60% year-over-year increase from 2021 to 2022. That translates to the automobile revenue of roughly $86 billion and total revenue, including all other segments, of roughly $93.5 billion. And so with that, we will go into the income statement projection. So I'm just going to focus on Q1 for now, which is row 23 here. For Q1, I would say that the total revenue from across all segments is approximately 17.9, almost $18 billion. I did not increase it substantially from Q4, partially because the number of vehicles delivered is also very much on par with Q4. I understand there was some price increase there, but overall, I think that the revenue would be the same as Q4, give or take. I assigned the gross profit margin similar to Q4, and the reason is that even though we did have some pricing increase, we also had depreciation that started to be expensed in Q1 of 2022, particularly Giga Austin depreciation, because the machinery and equipment for Giga Austin have become available and ready for use of its particular function or originally intended purposes, which is the key test for when depreciation started to run. And even though there's a matching principle in GAAP accounting reporting, where when the machinery and equipment begin to produce revenue, that's when you begin taking depreciation deduction. Depreciation is straight line, whereas the ability to produce revenue is not necessarily straight line. At the beginning, Tesla does not produce revenue as much as what it would in Q3, Q4 of 2022 or 2023. But because of that, we kind of take the hit with depreciation up front. I don't think that it would be severely crippling Tesla's net income, but it doesn't necessarily make a major increase in revenue or gross profit for that matter. So I kept the gross profit percentage the same. I assigned some number for R&D, SG&A, and other expenses. Operating income is now $2.567 billion. And we're getting to about $2.26 in earnings per share for the quarter. I put some projection for R&D, SG&A, and other. I do think that SG&A could be dramatically increased for the startup of Austin, but right now I put it pretty much flat compared to the quarter before. As a result, with just slightly better revenue but higher R&D and SG&A expenses, we're looking at slightly lower operating income. And then with the rest of the interest income and interest expenses here, we look at slightly lower net income percentage and almost the same earnings per share as the quarter before. For the entire year, I particularly think that Tesla will do really well with Austin ramping up to produce volume production in Q3 and 4. So Q3 and for the earnings per share is substantially better. For the year, I have Tesla at $14.41. This is a substantial increase compared to the year before. It is roughly at $5.54. So keep in mind that by the end of the year, this year, 2022, Tesla would have made almost 3 times the amount of earnings per share that it had from the year before. So you can do the math on the stock price. Anything below 1,000 right now is a bargain, and anything below 800 or even 900 is a major steal. So for a company that makes $14.41 per share, this is a phenomenal number. This is Amazon not too long ago. So I want you to keep that in perspective and know what you are owning here. So it is definitely encouraging for me to do this type of numbers to remind myself of the thick margin that Tesla will be having for years to come. And this is not even including a dramatic increase in full self-driving revenue, which has a big margin there. I only increase it very minimally compared to the quarter before. So basically, this is my projection for Tesla for Q1 of 2022. My projection is not too far off from the street. I do think depreciation could hit Tesla a little bit harder this quarter. And while production at Giga Austin has not yet scaled to the level that adds substantially to top line and bottom line. Here's the daily chart for Tesla. Today's volume was a little weak. It was only 68%, and this is based on the last 30 days average. Tesla ended the day at $1,028, up over 2% compared to yesterday, but the volume was only 68%. The predominant volume for the last 2 days has been buy volume. So if you look at these two bars here, people started buying Tesla this week, although the buying volume is still way low compared to historically the last 30 days. The daily candle looks good. Tesla almost made it back to the upper end of my bull flag here. And so if you can see the bull flag in the green lines here, you can see that Tesla almost made it back to the upper end of that bull flag. Tesla got to the first price target of this bull flag at 1155. I think it touched 1152 at the highest point. So for all intents and purposes, it touched the first price target of the bull flag. The next resistance above that would be 1189, then previous all-time high at 1243, and the second price target of the bull flag would be 1287. I know that is a long way to go, and there's no guarantee that it's going to get there after earnings, but we will take one day at a time, knowing that Tesla still has this bull flag that is waiting to materialize. We will go over Tesla fundamentals and results, projected results in a little bit here, but in my mind, Tesla is still looking pretty bullish overall if you start looking at the middle of March. On this daily chart, there is a gap that Tesla would likely fill on the way up. So this gap was created on April 6th, and it was going from $1,091 down to $1,072. So it's about $20 gap there. So to fill this gap, Tesla needs to get back to $1,090. Which should be within reach. That is only about $60 away from here. And it should easily get back to the previous price target for the bull flag here at 1152 before heading up further. Tomorrow, Wednesday, before earnings, we'll probably see Tesla circling back to above $1,040. If we're lucky, it could get to around $1,070 level. But it probably won't go much higher than that. And then in the afternoon, before the market closes, Tesla will probably retrace a little bit. The day after earnings result, depending on the news and the guidance provided on the earnings call, the stock might react differently. I think the biggest wild card is the total number of vehicles projected to be produced out of Giga Austin and Giga Berlin this year in 2022, because that can solve the mystery whether Tesla will be 50% year over year delivery increase, or 80% or 100% or 120% year over year delivery increase. So that played an important role in the top line and bottom line for Tesla for this year. A lot of analysts have been estimating around $12 to $14 earnings per share per year for Tesla, depending on Giga Austin and Giga Berlin. That number could change dramatically to the upside, which can propel the stock further. Back to chart analysis here. Let me go to the hourly chart. So the pivot points for tomorrow on the upper end would be $1,060. The middle pivot point is $1,020, and the bottom pivot point is $1,004. What that means is that Tesla will probably consolidate for a little bit around the middle pivot point, around $1,020 at open. And then it probably dip a little bit and move back up. Or Tesla could go back up really fast, surpassing 1,039 here and get to about 1,060 and then start dipping down. Tomorrow, volume could be a little bit better, but I don't think that we're going to see anything major with Tesla stock price unless there any kind of inside information that is leaked out before earnings. Otherwise, I expect Tesla to go up in the morning and retrace a little bit in the afternoon. Let's go to the weekly chart here. So the weekly chart looks pretty promising to be a bullish engulfing. We still have 3 more days to go, and a lot can happen in the next 3 days, including the 2 days after earnings. But if Tesla ends the week around $1,060 or above, that would be a major bullish engulfing and possibly considered a reversal. If Tesla ends the week anywhere between $1,030 to $990, that is just an average close for the week, and I don't expect any major change in next week. In other words, whether we will see a consolidation for the next few weeks or a bullish run for the next few weeks is contingent on the conclusion of this week. And the conclusion of this week price action is contingent upon whether or not there is any major news coming out of earnings call. After this earnings call, we will have shareholders meeting to look forward to, so that could be a potential catalyst, but there might not be a whole lot of catalysts going on in the back half of April as well as the month of May. If for whatever reason Tesla drops after earnings, I think the floor would be first 924, which is 50 days SMA, and the other one is $890, which is 200 days SMA. So those two are very, very important support for Tesla. And if Tesla gets to below 941, that means my bull flag here is canceled. So I would say that if Tesla gets back to 890 for whatever reason in the next few weeks, that would be a very good opportunity to enter more shares. If Tesla dipped down below that to 850, for example, that would be where I consider a leap call option for the next few years. The leap call option entering now and shares purchasing now, even though you already pay a premium, but I think it's a lot less risk than if you were to buy it 3 months ago. And the reason being that we know with certainty that Giga Austin is now operational, ramping, and it's just a matter of time before it produces a lot of vehicles surpassing Fremont and Shanghai, and possibly the two combined. So I do think that the future for Tesla is really bright. And I'm still amazed that Tesla is at the 1,000 level per share for us to purchase. And if Tesla, for whatever reason, get down to 800 level, that is a no-brainer in my mind. Conversely, if Tesla were to spike the day after earnings, then I would think the first stop would be $1,090 to close this gap, then $1,100, then $1,155. If Tesla concludes the week, like I said, anywhere above $1,060, next week we could expect it to run, and a lot of institutional buyers could come in, and we could probably have a play by Friday if Tesla does run. But as I expect But we have to plan for both sides, and I don't necessarily plan on trading Tesla the day after earnings. I'm going to wait until the end of the week and then reconsider my position for the week after. So to sum up, I don't foresee any major price increase tomorrow, Wednesday, the day before earnings. The day after earnings is just as good as anyone's guess. We are prepared for both upside and downside. But I do think that if Tesla moves down after earnings, that is an excellent opportunity to buy. I might consider a leap call option or a few months out call options if Tesla gets to around $924 and potentially a few leap call options if Tesla get to below $890. So that is it for this video. I hope you find the information helpful, and until the next video, bye.